Okay, this blog covers covers that the religion which is the block 6 of social anthropology. First is Unit 1, Concepts and Approaches to the Study of Religion. Then second unit is Rituals and Symbolism. Then third unit is Religious Specialist. First is Concepts and Approaches to the Study of Religion. Introduces the concept of religion as evolved in anthropology differently from other disciplines that deal with the subject matter of religion. It is defined differently from the other disciplines. Anthropological perspective of religion, unlike the others, reflects the subject's perspective, or what is aptly known as the field view. Anthropologically, religion is defined as if field reflect the subjects as it is based on field view or field work. Then we'll go to the theoretical part. Religion covers concepts of religion, religious symbolism, then religious knowledge and practices, then anthropological approaches to religion. First is concept of religion. The subject matter of religion is dealt with in anthropology differently from the other disciplines, such as other disciplines are philosophy, theology, comparative religion, religious studies. In these disciplines, religion is described in different way, but in anthropology, it is defined in specific way. Then it tries to explain not what religion is, but why is religion important in the lives of the people. It is basically takes place perspective and seeks to find out how it is important to the people, how religion is important for the people. As early as 19th century, anthropologists made attempts to search for earlier forms of religion and religious thoughts and the courses of change therein. First, the thoughts of religion are described in the anthropological theory. Anthropologists are trying to know the relevance of religion in human societies, whether they are technologically advanced or primitive hunter and gatherers. Due to the advanced technique, how societies changed through evolution and how religion works from the earlier society to modern society. This unit basically attempts to orient students to the anthropological perspective of religion. This unit covers the anthropological perspectives of religion and also covers the theoretical aspects of various authors. Then, in the anthropological approach, religion is described as a part of culture. Each culture is unique in its own way, and each culture can be studied and described in a specific regulation. Thus, the anthropological perspective of religion is the way its practitioners see the world, interpret, and see themselves different from others. Then, the anthropological discourse on religion and various approaches to study religion, such as evolutionary approaches, then psychological approaches, functional approaches, then Marxist, then symbolic approach. Various approaches are described in the religion chapter. First, each of the basic concept is the anthropological approaches of study of religion is first is the definition of religion. Definition of religion is described by E.B. Tyler, Edward Burnett Tyler in 1871. He described religion is a belief in supernatural or spiritual beings. Religion is the spiritual being. We believe in a spiritual power or supernatural power is described in our thinking pattern. Then Emile Durkheim described religion as a unified system of belief and practices relative to sacred things. Religion only based on the sacred things means पवित्रता ଉପରେ depend करे. Things set apart and forbidden, beliefs and practices which unite into one single moral community called church, all those who adhere to them. Beliefs and practices which unite into one single moral community. It is depend on the beliefs and practices which is related to single moral community and moral values. Then the concept of religion. Concept of religion includes supernatural beings of polytheistic and monotheistic beliefs. Forms of religion described as animism, animatism, totemism, ritual, ritual, myth, religious symbolism, ancestor worship, magic, witchcraft, sorcery, etc. Religion is based on animism. Animism means belief in supernatural power or inanimate objects. Means spiritual belief in the idea of soul or the belief in supernatural power. And animatism depend on that the power or force is based on the fear, wonder, respect, admiration, and other psych- psychical affects that are the animatism. Animatism means the supernatural power also at the time of living and the supernatural power is based on the time of living and dead. Then totemism. Totemism means belief in a object that our ancestors are mm, derived from a object. And the rituals means various festival or rituals are observed by the people. Myth means any Veda Upanishad, they are called belief in Veda Upanishad, they are called myth. Religious symbolism, mm, ଯାହା କିଛି symbol means our thinking idea about religion, that is called symbolism. Then ancestor worship, ପୂର୍ବ ପୁରୁଷଙ୍କୁ ପୂଜା କରାଯାଏ, that is called ancestor worship. Then magic means jadoo, which is based on witchcraft and sorcery. Witchcraft and sorcery is used for the good effect and bad effect. Witchcraft is based, the magic is practiced in the tribal society, and sorcery, that is for two types. mm, recovery recovery the patient from the bad event and good event. We will read after this animatism. We will discuss about them. Then supernatural beings. The natural world is explained in terms of cause and effect relations. Supernatural being is based on the cause and effect relations, whereas the supernatural world cannot be explained in causal relations. Whereas supernatural world cannot be explained in causal relations. Mm, Causal relations alone. Then gods, goddesses, godlings, dead ancestors, spirits. They are the powers of supernatural beings. The belief in God, goddess, godlings, and then dead ancestors, that is called supernatural beings or belief in supernatural powers. Then Hinduism is the best example of having a number of gods and goddesses in its pantheon. Hindu peoples are believed in different gods and goddesses. Monotheistic religions are those having belief in one supreme supernatural being that may be called God or Yahweh or Allah, as in the case of Christianity, Judaism, Islam. Monotheistic religion, the belief in supernatural thing in single power or single supernatural single thing is counted under the supernatural being. In other religion, Christianity and Islam, one God is observed, but in Hinduism or among the Hindu people, there are different gods and goddesses are worshipped, and they believe in different gods and goddesses. Then animism is coined by E.B. Taylor in 1871. In animism, the belief in soul or life force and personality existing in animate and inanimate objects as well as human beings. The belief in soul is based on the supernatural powers, that is, when the human beings are rational beings and attempt to interpret mysterious phenomena like sleeping, dreams, death, are believed with the idea of soul. When we believe animism comes from the word anima, A-N-I-M-A, anima. Anima means soul. Soul is the idea about the supernatural power which is derived from sleeping and dreams and death, etc. Then animatism, which is considered by R.R. Marett, considered that humans believed in impersonal forces in nature and certain objects. The sort of belief had created in human religion feelings of awe, fear, wonder, respect, admiration, and other psychical affects. When the belief is based on the feelings of awe, fear, wonder, respect, admiration, and the psychological thinking, that is called animism. that primitive man could not distinguish between the natural and supernatural and also being living and dead. This condition prevailed. The development of idea of soul is called animatism. Means the supernatural power is present at the living time and also after the dead. That is called animatism. Married name this also mana, which means power in Polynesia. Merit, also called the animatism, and give a new word. Merit, merit also give a new name called mana. Animatism is also called as the mana. In Polynesia, that is used as the term mana. The next is naturism. Naturism is described by Max Muller. Max Muller described that societies were originally derived from natural phenomena such as sun, thunder, trees, animal, mountains, forests, lakes, rivers, oceans. Means anything in the society is associated with supernatural power. How? Sun, anything in the natural objects means sun, thunder, tree, animal, mountain, forest, lake, river, ocean, etc. They are the natural creation of the world. Then the nature is associated with the supernatural power. That is called naturism. Nature was the greatest surprise, a terror, a marvel, miracle. It has also been permanent, constant, and regular occurrences. Naturism are believed to have great influence on the affairs of human beings. Naturism has the great influence on the affairs of human beings. Human beings are associated with the naturism theory. The religious thoughts must have originated from the conceptualization of nature itself and worship of nature. In the belief of in after the belief of religion or in the beliefness of religion, people are believe the concept of nature means for the worshipping of nature. Then next is totemism. Totemism means system of belief in which certain objects, plants, or animals have kinship relationship with social groups. Animate and inanimate objects stand as emblems giving identity to the groups and form representations of the group. Animate and inanimate objects. Any objects that is may be animate or inanimate that is associated mm, with our ancestors. So we worship that objects that may be animate or inanimate objects. That is called totemism. The religious feelings among the members and form the objects of worship, reverence, and sacredness. We believe about the supernatural power are associated with the objects. That object may be animate or inanimate. Animal ହେଇଥାଉ ବା other କିଛି object ହେଇଥାଉ. Suppose human being ବା other thing that is associated with any objects. According to Durkheim, totemism is the earliest form of religion is quite prominently found among the Australian tribes. Totemism is found among the Australian tribes, and such phenomena are also observed among the American tribes. Totemism is also found in Australian tribe and also among American tribe. The next is taboo. Taboo is a Polynesian concept but widely used in anthropological literature. It refers to something each of which is collectively and strictly forbidden in religious context. Taboo refers to something which is collectively and strictly forbidden in religious contexts. It is forbidden when the violation of any rule that is called taboo. Strictly forbidden in religious context means, for example, Brahmin is also become the priest and he worships the god, and other caste people mm, other caste people cannot become a priest. That is the taboo. Means certain type of relationship is exist for certain group, that is called taboo, and other relationship is prohibited. Then sacred and profane. According to Durkheim, these are central concepts of religion. The sacred refers to the things or spaces which are set apart for religious purposes, and against this, the profane refers to those considered secular in nature. Sacred is the spaces which are set apart for religious purposes, but profane considered secular in nature, which is based on secularism and secured in nature. However, in several religions there are no equivalent. Then ritual. Ritual is like religion. It is difficult to define, but latter sense it is the formalized actions, set of formalized actions performed with symbolic value. जो ଆକ୍ସନଟା ଫର୍ମାଲାଇଜଡ ଆକ୍ସନ ଆମର ଯୋଉ ବିଲିଫଟା ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟରେ ଦେଖେଉ ଗୋଟେ ସିମ୍ବଲରେ ବା ଗୋଟେ ଚିହ୍ନରେ ସେଟାକୁ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ରେସ କରୁ, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ କଲ୍ଡ ରିଚୁଆଲ। ସପୋଜ ଆମେ ପୂଜା ଗଣେଶଙ୍କୁ ଆମେ ମନରେ ବିଲିଫ କରୁଛେ, ବିଶ୍ୱାସ କରୁଛେ ଗଣେଶଙ୍କୁ ପୂଜା କରିବା, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ worship the god in the practice in Ganesh Puja festival. That is one type of ritual. Or in the Brahmin caste, that is thread ceremony is seen among the society. That is thread ceremony is one type of ritual among the Brahmins. Then rituals vary in form and in content within a particular religion and across religions. Ritual is a content within a particular religion. They involve participation of one or more individuals, physical movements or actions, verbal and non-verbal or symbolic mode of communication. Ritual is based on verbal and non-verbal or symbolic mode of communication. Then Gluckman and Turner differentiated differentiate ritual from ceremony. Ritual is different from the ceremony. Ritual involves social status and transition of one status and therefore it is transformative. While the ceremony is associated with social status and confirmatory. Transformative means ritual may be transmitted from one generation to another generation. But ceremony that is based on the confirmation. Rituals are classified as religious, magical, sacred, private, public, totemic, then sacrificial, etc. Then myth. Myth is the narrative that gives religion sanctity, means religion towards sanction or sanctity. जो ଜିନିଷଟା ରିଲିଜନ ବା ଧର୍ମକୁ ସାଂସନ କରେ, and sacred character ପବିତ୍ରତା ସହିତ ଜଡ଼ିତ ଥାଏ, is often associated with ritual and is also associated with ritual that is called myth. All myths may not actually depend on the past necessarily, do not deal with sacred. They refer to or hinge upon such putative factors, providing such credibility and acceptability of the account. Myth may be supernatural beings or animals. Myth based on the supernatural things or animals or other animate and inanimate objects, and sometimes they are ambiguous characters. Myths generally often explanations for the customs and practices. Myths generally based on the customs and practices. Then French Boas explained the social organization, religious ideas, and practices of people from their myths. Malinowski argued that myth is a powerful social force for the native. Myth is a powerful social force for the native, which is relevant to their pragmatic interests. Myth is the powerful social force, that is, the force in the society towards religion or religious interests. Levi-Strauss defined myth is a logical model, that is a cultural artifact, that is a
Going to call. Alert. Live caption visible. Use window switcher to focus.
artifact. Then the cult, the concept of cult is derived from the word culte, meaning the worship or a particular form of worship. It has been used in both neutral and negative sense. Cult is derived from the word culture. Culture may be neutral and negative. In the neutral sense, the culture means or cult means care. Care, cultivation, and tendent means something to care or cultivation. It is a deity or idol or image. Cult means to worship about a religion which is based on the culture. To worship a idol or image. Suppose ଆମେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ପୂଜା କରୁଛେ ତାଙ୍କର ପ୍ରତିମୂର୍ତ୍ତି ନେଇକି, that is the idol or image. In the Negative sense, it refers to the practice of a deviant religious group or new religion dogma arising out of syncretism, cultural mix of ideas and practices of different religions. Suppose in the negative sense, the practice of religious group or new religious dogma arising that the mix of cultural mix of religion or different religious thoughts are arised. But in cargo calls, the Melanesia and Papua New Guinea in the Christian doctrine with native beliefs, that is based on the native beliefs. Suppose in a particular place, the belief in the supernatural power, that is called native belief. Similarly, in the Caribbean society, some some tribe, that is Bodom or Bodo, are referred to the cults. Then religious symbolism. Religious symbolism is symbol may be object or maybe picture or written word or sound idea. Symbol based on the object, picture, written word or sound idea, etc. That is the association with the resemblance. Resemblance means the power of thought or power of speech, that is called symbolism. The religious symbolism refers to the idea how symbols are employed in religious context. How symbol is employed in religious context. Then the religious symbols found in Christianity, Hinduism, and Islam, etc. Symbols are communicative power for conveying meanings shared by the community. Symbols are associated with human interests, purposes, ends, and means. Symbols are associated with the human human interest and purpose, various purpose, human purposes that is associated with symbol. Then the symbols are dynamic. Symbols are dynamic as they evoke moods and emotions and create complex philosophical context. Symbol is associated with mood, means mental attitude. Then the philosophical context in mind. Then sacred art, pictures, drawings, designs, all are used in ritual and religious context, convey religious meanings. Then another philosophical thinker who is Turner. Turner identifies three properties of religious or ritual symbols, that is condensation, unification of disparate and polarized meanings. Condensation meaning representing many ideas, means idea about many gods or goddesses, then actions and meanings into a single symbol. Through a single symbol, idea about different gods. For example, the Shivalinga is representation of Lord Shiva, divine destruction, male potency, creation, and so on. The unification, suppose Lord Shiva is designated as for the worship of Shiva, then divine destruction. Shiva Linga is used for the worship of Shiva and for divine destruction. means destruct କରିବା ପାଇଁ, then male potency, then creation, ଆମେ ସୃଷ୍ଟିକର୍ତ୍ତା କହୁ, then that means ଶିବଲିଙ୍ଗ is used for various purposes, means various gods, that is for religious symbolism. Then polarization refers to two distinguishing poles of meanings as matrilineal and patrilineal in case of Nembu puberty. Polarization is the symbolism used for matrilineal and patrilineal. Matrilineal means when mother is the head in the society. But in case of patrilineal, father is the head in society or in case of family. Then religious knowledge and practices. Religious knowledge and practices are described by different aspects, that are the little traditions deals with the mundane issues, whereas the great traditions deal with philosophical and other worldly issues. Little tradition is issued with the small particles or small things. Then mm, great tradition is used for philosophical and world issues. जोटा world रे issue होइथाय सेटा great tradition कहा जाए. Greatly emphasized in universally emphasized. But in little tradition, that is in small places it is emphasized or small places it is issued. Then the shamanism is the another idea of religious knowledge and practices. Shamanism, shamanism is a system of belief in the shaman. Shaman means the religious specialist in case of Siberian society. In the Siberian society, religious powers are linked with with a person who is called shaman. In the Siberian society, shaman also gives the medicine to the people. He is also called as Vaidya. Then the ancestor worship. Worship of deities through rituals is a common practice. Ancestor worship is a common practice which is associated with little tradition. The great tradition generally includes the worship of single or multiple deities. Great tradition is associated with the worship of single or multiple deities. In Asia and Africa and other parts of the world, there is a common practice of the ancestors. It is believed that the ancestors continue to hold power and affect the society. Then, ancestor worship is um, after the persons die or after the dead person, when worship the person, that is called ancestor worship. The funerary rites are performed for this purpose, for ancestor worship. In the Nayars in India, for example, in case of Nayars in India and Ashanti in Africa, the ancestorhood is bestowed upon the mother's brother who holds the over lineage and lineage head. Mother's brother is the head in the family, means Mamu. Then magic and magician. Magic refers to certain activity or method by which the supernatural is believed to interfere in the affairs of humans. Magic and religion are closely related to each other. There are similarities between the two as both are related to supernatural power. Magic and religion both are related to supernatural power. In magic and also religion, we believe in the supernatural power. Religion is supplicative, one seeks intervention of supernatural and request for favors. Religion is used for favors in society, but magic is bad or deterrent is used for deterring the members in the society. Magic is frequently used for public good, but it may be harmful or may be good. According to Fraser, magic is described by Fraser, James D. Fraser. According to Fraser, magic works on the law of sympathy, which refers to the association or agreements of things, and it has two parts. Law of sympathy is based on two parts, that is law of similarity and law of contagion. First is the law of similarity, that is stated that an effect resembles its cause when causal relationship exists or cause is related to effect, that is called law of similarity. But the law of contagion states that things that are once in contact will continue to be in contact. Law of similarity gives rise to homeopathic or imitative magic. Law of similarity is based on homeopathic or imitative magic. That means like produces like. And the law of contagion gives rise to contagious magic. Contagious magic is based on the contactness. Once contact is continued to be always in contact. ଥରେ contact କଲେ ସବୁବେଳେ contact ହୋଇଥାଏ. In contagious magic, suppose the parts of the human body is left out in some places that is used for magic. That is called contagious magic. But in similarity or law of similarity, imitative magic is based on when a magician uses an image or figurine to represent a person or animal on which magical spells are cast or picks pins to harm the victim. In the tribal society, this type of magic is seen when in the law of imitative magic, a magician puts a pin to a figure. Then the person harms for himself. ଗୋଟେ ଇମେଜ କରିକି ଯେତେବେଳେ ମ୍ୟାଜିସିଆନଟେ ପିନ୍ ଗୋଟେ ପୁଟ୍ କରେ ବା ପିନ୍ଟା ଫୋଡ଼ିବା ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରେ, ସେଇଟା ସେଇ ଗୋଟେ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦିଷ୍ଟ ବ୍ୟକ୍ତି ପାଇଁ ସେଇ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦିଷ୍ଟ ବ୍ୟକ୍ତିଟାକୁ କଷ୍ଟ ହେଇଥାଏ. That is called imitative magic. It is seen in tribal society. Sometimes one imitates totemic species and symbolically acts out copulation for increasing the population of the species. Symbolically, ମାନେ ଏହାର କିଛିଟା symbol ଥାଏ. These have some symbols and it is practiced among the Australian tribes. This is practiced in এটা Australian tribe ରେ ଦେଖାଯାଏ. In contagious magic, a body part of an animal or human being, anything that belongs to a person under the magical spell affects the animal or the person. Suppose some um, things, suppose hair, cutting of hair and cutting of nail is used for magic, that is called contagious magic. Fraser believed that magic is closer to science. The primitive man's thinking was pre-logic. Then Malinowski observed that among the Trobriand people, which is based on the empirical and rational knowledge. Empirical means real or rational knowledge about the environment. ଏ ମ୍ୟାଜିକଟା ଫ୍ରେଜର ଆଉ ମାଲିନୋସ୍କି କ୍ଲିୟରଲି ଆଇଡିଆ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି among the Trobrians. Then the witchcraft and sorcery. Magic is mostly used for the public good. Witchcraft and sorcery are used for harming the individuals. In this sense, magic is used for harmful or harmless. Witchcraft and sorcery by magic ta harmful ଅଟେ. In these cases, magic is called harmful, that is seen as antisocial activities. There are two types of magic, white magic and black magic. Black magic is equated with witchcraft and sorcery, but white magic is related to law of similarity and law of contact. Then witchcraft is, in the witchcraft cases, the source of supernatural power means the body of the witch that is often inherited. The witch means the witch doctor is practice the witchcraft. जे practice करे witchcraft टाकू ताकू that is called witch or witch doctor. The witch doctor generally wills in death and destruction. Witch doctor only believes in the death of a person or destruction of a person. But the sorcery, in case of sorcery, the sorcerer acquires the art and does not necessarily pass on to the next generation. Sorcerer acquires the art and does not necessarily pass on to the sorcery. Those people who practiced sorcery, he is called sorcerer. These religious phenomena are found in many parts of the world. Sorcery is used for only harmfulness. Evans Pritchard provides a classical example of witchcraft among the Ajent in Africa. In Africa, it is used for the destructiveness. Witchcraft provides explanation for the unexplainable events. It is cultural behavior dealing with misfortunes. Then, evil eye. Evil eye states that some individuals with an evil eye cause illness or some misfortune by simply looking at others. That when the children become sick in several societies, it is not only by looking but also praise or any complimentary compacts. The victims of evil eye are mostly associated with the children. In some cases, when prosperous individuals or household suddenly encounters misfortunes, people attribute it to evil eye, that is life. That means um, life depends on non-renewable resources like semen, milk, blood, saliva, which are liquid and drying them of cause illness, which due to evil eye. Evil eye is counted for the illness of health or wealth, etc. Then anthropological approaches to religion. Some thinkers are give their idea about the anthropological approaches about the religion. Some social thinkers. First is John Lubbock, then Evans Pritchard. John Lubbock said that anthropological evidence of primitive people, on the other, to trace the origin and evolution of religion. In this sense, there was absence of religious ideas and development of fetishism, followed by nature. Fetishism means nature worship rather than the religious ideas. Only worshipped for nature and worship the objects of nature, that is called totemism. Then a system of belief involving the relationship of specific animals to clans. Then shamanism. Shamanism means when the religion we believe about the religious power. They are the ideas of various thinkers. Then Evans Pritchard, Meyer Fortes, Milford Spiro, who also made significant contributions towards understanding religion. They give their important contributions. Primarily, the contributions focused on the religion of tribal groups. Their contribution is mainly based on the religion of tribal groups. ସେମାନଙ୍କର କଣ୍ଟ୍ରିବ୍ୟୁସନଟା ଟ୍ରାଇବାଲ ଗ୍ରୁପକୁ ବେସ୍ କରିକି ହେଇଛି. Then many of the anthropologists such as Clifford Geertz, Melford Spiro, Victor Turner, Sherry Utner, Mary Douglas, and Stanley Tambia and are also gave the idea about religion. They described the local variants of major religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Islamism, Christianity. These are the local variation of the religions in the various countries like Java, Indonesia, Africa, Nepal, Burma, Asia, then Sri Lanka, etc. Religious diversity means various religions. ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର religion କୁ କୁହାଯାଏ religious diversity. That is seen in complex societies. But in the tribal religion, in tribal society, Adivasi samajre, single type of religion or single deity is mostly seen. Then evolutionary perspective. When religion is based on the evolution process, that is called evolutionary perspective of religion. Religion टा केमती evolution देखी. Evolution means change of religion exist in society. Religion टा केमती society रे change ही जाउची according to the changing of society अनुसार religion change होची. E.B. Taylor founds in his book or describes in his book that primitive culture 1871 animism is the earliest and basic form of religion. Animism theory the basic form of religion which is based on the evolved of fetishism, belief in demons, polytheism, and finally monotheism is derived from the great god such as sky god or polytheistic contest. Animism is the earliest form of religion in different theories such as fetishism, polytheism, all are evolved into a single theory that is called monotheism or monotheistic. Herbert Spencer advocated the ancestor worship. Herbert Spencer କ'ଣ କହିଥିଲେ? Ancestor worship ହେଉଛି religion. ପୂର୍ବପୁରୁଷଙ୍କୁ ପୂଜା କରିବାଟା ହେଲା religion, which is similar to the Taylor's theory, animism. Then in 19th century, anthropologists were deeply influenced by the presumptions of their own society, so-called Western. R. Marett in 1909 regarded that animatism as beginning of religious ideas. Animatism is the beginning of religious ideas. R. Marrettଙ୍କର ଭିୟୁଟା ହେଲା animatism ଉପରେ. That animatism is the belief of the power of object or beliefness of supernatural power with the object. Any object is associated with supernatural power. ଯାହା କିଛି object ଅଛି ଆମର ସମାଜରେ, that is related to supernatural power. That may be animate objects or inanimate. Animate means any animal. Suppose animal, snake or turtle, anything are associated with supernatural power. Or sun, then lake, pond, those are also associated with supernatural power. That is called animatistic or animatism. Then the belief in dreams or natural events, then belief in dates, these are called also animatism. In his book, James Fraser, in his book Golden Bough, 1890, James Fraser attempted to construct a universal theory of magic, religion, and science. This theory is Fraser's theory is based on the relationship of magic and religion and science. According to Fraser, magic is the primordial form of human thought. Fraserଙ୍କର view ଅନୁସାରେ magic is the primordial form of human thought. Means magic is the prime section or magic ହେଉଛି main or basic thing of human thought. ମନୁଷ୍ୟ ଭାବନାର basic ଜିନିଷ ହେଉଛି magic. Magic, you know magic, जादू विद्या. Or in tribal society, it is used as the term guni garedi, guni vidya. The magician, according to Fraser, believed in nature. According to Fraser, magician believed that the beliefness in nature and developed imaginary laws. Suppose we believe some laws or rules and norms and regulations in the society, that is called magic. But according to Fraser, the religion is the belief in supernatural power with the powers that is superior to man, that is not associated with man's power, that is beliefness in supernatural power. ମନୁଷ୍ୟ ଭାବନାଠୁ ଯୋଉଟା ଉପରେ ବା ମ୍ୟାନ୍ ସହିତ କିଛି ଲିଙ୍କ ନୁହେଁ, that is called supernatural or superficial power, that is called religion. When we believe some deities, suppose Lord Shiva or Lord Ganesh, that is called supernatural power or religion. But latterly, the scientific stage of development is seen after the magic and science. That is called science. Scientific stage of development is called science. According to Durkheim, profane ideas about the cause or category or relationship from diffuse global sacred images. From sacred to then the causal relationship, we believe the some some superficial power that is sacred thing ତାକୁ କୁହାଯାଏ ପବିତ୍ରତା ପବିତ୍ରତାରୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେଟା causal relationship some cause associated with cause that is called profane. These collective representations are called by Durkheim, which is based on the moral force included as manna. When the religion is based on the moral force, that is called manna, totem, and belief in God. Then, according to Franz Boas, Ruth Benedict, Margaret Mead, L. Kroeber, the similarities of rituals, myths, and symbols found in different cultures. Rituals rituals are seen in different cultures. Then myth means belief in supernatural power, and symbol means expression the rituals and the supernatural powers and the ideas about the god and Veda, Upanishad, etc. That is the symbols. Then Durkheim describes the emotions of the individuals and collective consciousness in social environment shape the individual's religious feelings. Emotions of the individuals and collective consciousness ଯେତେବେଳେ individualର emotionଟା ଏକାଠି some persons emotions and collective ideas are related to social environment and related to society, that is called individuals religious feelings. Then psychological approach about religion. According to Erikson, religious rituals and beliefs are homologous with neurotic symptoms. According to him, a deep subconscious psychological conflict within social groups is responsible for the development of religion. Means the psychological conflict. Suppose mental disconnectedness with the social groups. Psychologically जो conflict टा create हुए in the social groups, that is responsible for the development of religion. Means different ideas about religion is created psychologically, means mentally created different ideas, or we believe in different gods. Some groups believe in Lord Shiva, some people believe in Mata Lakshmi. These different ideas about the religion is associated with psychological approach. Then Erikson, influenced by Freud's concept, by the point of psychobiological maturation, cultural context, and historical experience, etc. Psychobiological maturation. Mm, when personality differs by the psychobiological maturation, psychobiological means when one grows, his mental or bodily ideas are related to different things. ଜଣେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଅଟୋମେଟିକ୍ ତାର ମେଣ୍ଟାଲି ଆଣ୍ଡ ବାୟୋଲୋଜିକାଲି ଗ୍ରୋ କଲା ପରେ ସେ ମାନେ ଗଡ୍ କେହି ନାହାନ୍ତି, ଗଡ୍ଙ୍କ ଉପରେ କ'ଣ ବିଶ୍ୱାସ, ଆମେ ଯାହା କର୍ମ କରିବା, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଦ ସାଇକୋବାୟୋଲୋଜିକାଲ ମ୍ୟାଚୁରେସନ୍. When cultural context, the culture in the society, when we live in cultural context and historical experience, ମାନେ history, religion ର history ଟା କ'ଣ ଅଛି, that is described by Freud. Then, excuse me, then the psychological approach is influenced or changed by functionalist approach. Functionalist approach ଆସିଲା ପରେ psychological approach ଟା ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେଇଗଲା, କିଛିଟା modify ହେଲା, ମାନେ କ୍ରିଟିସାଇଜ ହେଲା functionalist ଙ୍କ ଦ୍ୱାରା. Functionalist କୋଉମାନେ ଆମେ ସେଟା ଦେଖିବା. First is we focus on social patterns and institutions with reference to their functions in the larger cultural context, that is help to discover interrelations between different aspects of religion as it connects the various institutions. Functionalist approach is related to the various institutions. Functional, Functionalism emphasizes on the interrelations between the various elements of a social system. There are various elements in the social system, or various elements of a social system is seen in the society, which is based on the evolutionary origins and notion of survivals. First is the origin, then the notion of survivals. Functionalist approach is based on the sacred things, is defined by attitude of people towards the rituals and sacred. Rituals which are sacred. Then various authors gave their ideas about functionalism or function of religion. Religion ର function ବିଷୟରେ many author or social thinkers gave their ideas. First author is Malinowski. Malinowski is the first author of functionalist, gave his idea about religion. Then second is Evans Pritchard, then Radcliffe Brown. Their approach the religion from functionalist perspective provide explanation. They provide the religion from functionalist in a explanative way. ସେଟାକୁ explain function ଟା religion ଟାକୁ explain କରିକି ତାର function ଟା କହିଛନ୍ତି. That function is depend upon the satisfaction of human needs and solidarity of the group. Malinowski worked among the Trobriand Islanders. Malinowskiଙ୍କର fieldwork ଟା Trobriand Islander ଙ୍କ ଉପରେ ଥିଲା. He puts the idea that psychological functionalism, then religion acts, that is based on the rituals. Like Fraser, Malinowski also distinguished the magic from religion. Magic ta religion to different. Magic is the Guni Vidya, religion is dharma. That is different each other from them. In magic, the end is the efficacious magic itself. Evans Pritchard observed that emotions, desires, impulses play a part in a religion. The performance of a religious or magical act need not automatically produce the psychological effects. They are not produced by psychological effects. Then, Radcliffe Brown provides an account of Andamanese religious beliefs. Radcliffe Brown described his fieldwork among the Andaman Islanders. He described the supernatural beings are spirits of dead associated with the sky, forest, and sea, and nature spirits, etc. Religion is associated with the sky, forest, sea, and nature spirits. Then structuralist approach. Structuralist approach is based on by the ideas of Levi-Strauss in 1958. Structuralism posited a universal logical pattern to the human mind. Structuralism is a universal logical pattern. Universal means is presented in universe. Structuralist is presented in universe or in world. Logically, it is presented in all over the world. Anthropologists have tried to study mythology in a successful idea as myths are widely interpreted in conflicting ways as collective dreams, as a kind of aesthetical play, or as the basis of ritual. Mythological figures are considered as a personified abstractions. Means personified means particular ideas. Mythological figures are considered as a personified abstraction. Means particular thinking. Then mythology has been reduced to either an ideal play or a kind of philosophical speculation. Mythology means belief in God or ancestor that is written in a Purana, Vaidya, that is written in a ancestor ancestral way. Then Marxist approach. Karl Marx described that the religion and religious belief as fictions that support the status quo and that maintain class differences. Religion is based on the class differences and creates the status quo. Religion is created by the different status quo. How? Suppose in the religion, the Brahmin caste only worship the god, that is maintained by the Brahmins. The power is maintained by Brahmins, and Brahmins are super class or super caste in the society. So it is depend on the status. Brahmin enjoyed the superficial status in the society, or various class differences are also seen in the religion. Religion as reflection of the real world in the human mind. Religion is depend on the real world. Religious means we believe in the real world. Then symbolic approach. Symbolic approach is described by Evans Pritchard in 1956. The symbolic aspect of religion is recognized, and several anthropologists approached the religion through symbols. Symbols means the element symbol means it is based on the religion and rituals and interpretations that anthropologists can offer. Symbolic approach of religion is based on the rituals and interpretations of customs, etc. Then Victor Turner work his work on Nembu rituals provides a highly religious life which consists the rituals falling under these two categories: life cycle crisis ritual and ritual of application. That that is based on the structure and anti-structure things. Then, according to Douglas, the religion in the modern world based on the dangerous and powerful sacred is formed by living together. The idea of dangerous means religion is the idea of dangerous and sacred thing. It is described by Douglas. She says that symbol has meaning from its relation to other symbols in a pattern. The pattern gives the meaning. Then Clifford Geertz proposes religion as the part of cultural system. Clifford Geertz କହିଛନ୍ତି religion is the part of cultural system which is based on the symbols, means object, act, event, quality, etc. His conception of religion rests on the notion that people act basically according to the systems of meanings that they have, and the job of anthropologists. That is not necessary. Then this chapter is finished. This chapter is this chapter is mainly based on the main aspects of religion and theoretical aspects of religion. The important questions of this chapter is, write the theories of religion. Theories means animism, animatism, naturism, totemism, etc. Then, what is short question? 10 marks. What is the difference between totemism and taboo? What is the difference between sacred and profane? Then, write about the religious religious and magical practices. Religious and magical practices means ancestor worship, magic and magician, witchcraft and sorcery, evil eye, etc. And write about the anthropological approaches to religion. Anthropological approaches means evolutionary approaches, psychological approaches, functionalist approaches, then Marxist, then symbolic approaches. Then any doubt in the unit 1? Any doubt or we'll proceed for unit 2? Smriti?
Yes, ma'am, no doubt.
Okay. If any doubt arises, then you will ask me in the next class.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. ଆଚ୍ଛା ତମେ ଏଇ ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱର ନା ଅଦର ପ୍ଲେସେସ୍?
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ କେଉଁଝରରୁ।
କେଉଁଝର.
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
Okay. Then we'll proceed for unit 2, rituals and symbolism. Rituals and symbolism is based on symbols and social life, then functional study of rituals, rituals of liminality, rituals as protest and change, rituals as communication, then nature of rituals. First is the in first is introduction, that rituals based on the functional aspects and how they operate as vehicles of symbolic communications. Rituals are used for symbolic communications. ଆମେ ଯାହା କିଛି symbol or religious power, um, we thinking some religious powers used as symbols for functioning the rituals. ରିଚୁଆଲଟାକୁ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକାରୀ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଆମେ ସେଇଟା ସିମ୍ବଲିକ୍ ୱେରେ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ରେସ୍ କରୁ. ଆୱାର ଥିଙ୍କିଙ୍ଗସ୍ ଆଇଡ଼ିଆଜ ସେଗୁଡ଼ା ସିମ୍ବଲିକ୍ ୱେରେ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ରେସ୍ କରାଯାଏ. ଦେନ୍ ସିମ୍ବଲ୍ସ ଆଣ୍ଡ ସୋସିଆଲ ଲାଇଫ୍. Human life consists of a series of symbolic communications that enables us to weave a meaningful world around us. If we reflect, there is almost nothing in our lives that is not symbolically constructed. Our language, our relationships, our material culture, and the environment, they are the our language, our relationships, they are expressed in symbolically. According to Clifford George, sacred symbols instill deep emotional moods in people that in turns may lead to strong motivations for action. Even in the present day world, when humans have made great advances in the field of science, the most extreme forms of action, the forms of action are counted in the symbolic structure. Then Gorch in 1973 describes the power of religious symbols. Humans look towards religion to overcome three critical thresholds of every human's life experience. ତିନିଟା ରିଜିନ୍ ବା ତିନିଟା ପଏଣ୍ଟ ଅଛି. The threshold of reason or the limits of analytical ability. First is when a loved one dies, an untimely death or some event not foreseen takes place. Suppose first is the when one dies. The second, the threshold of suffering. Religious does not give us relief from suffering, but only a support to enable us to bear it. Anything suffering, that is the belief about supernatural power or belief for the supportness by the Belief in the supernatural power lead to enable to the supportness. That is the second thing. First thing is many occasions we are left only with the question why. Every human's life first is the threshold of reason or the limits of analytical ability. ମାନେ ଲାଇଫରେ ସବୁ କିଛିର ଲିମିଟ ଥାଏ, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ଥିଙ୍ଗ। ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଥିଙ୍ଗ ଇଜ threshold ଅଫ୍ ସଫରିଂ, ଯାହା କିଛି ଆମେ ସଫର କରୁ। ଦେନ୍ that is called as it may be one's karma. We believe the psychological strength, that is এটা ଆମର କର୍ମରେ ଥିଲା, এটা ଆମର ଯୋଗ, that is called karma, or it may be promised to inherit the kingdom of heaven, that is belief about heaven. And the third thing is the evil or the lack of explanation of not only why evil exists but what it also gives good dividend. It also gives good dividend. Means goods are ମାନେ ଭଲ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟଟା ଖରାପ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଅପେକ୍ଷା ଉପରେ ଥାଏ। So goods are counted than evil things. Then the ritual. Abhishek, you knew in this class. Then we will proceed for ritual. Ritual in 1966, Spiro, another religious thinker, he gave the idea about the ritual, that the private rituals of compulsive neurotic do not qualify to be studied by anthropologists. A person is performing a ritual individually, he or she follows a pattern that is publicly recognized and followed. Any ritual that is publicly recognized in the society, like a Hindu woman blowing the conch shell and lighting a lamp under the tulsi. Suppose the beliefness in the supernatural power or the belief in God relates to in the evening in the mm, tulsi tree, a woman lighting a lamp in the evening. That is called ritual. Rituals are rarely seen to have an instrumental function. Some instruments are used in rituals. Edmund Leach defined rituals as culturally defined behavior that can be regarded as a form of social communication. Such a view of ritual as cognitive category. It is culturally oriented and that can be regarded as a form of social communication. In the society, rituals are communicated from one person to another person. Then the key symbols. A key symbol is that which plays a central role in any culture. From the point of view of the anthropologist, a key symbol can be identified if it is prominently and publicly displayed in many places, and it is referred to in public discourses, events, and occasions. Suppose for some events and occasions and discourses, some key words or key symbols are used. There are two types. First is summarizing symbol, Then next is elaborating symbol. Summarizing symbols are those which a wide range of meaning is condensed and which evokes a range of emotions and encounter. Some emotions or ideas are included under summarizing symbol. Summarizing symbol are both multidimensional and multivocal, like the Christian cross, the Nazi swastika, the Hindu swastika, that were the key symbols. Swastik China or Ong symbol or swastik symbol, they are the key symbols for the summarizing symbol is mostly important. Then the narratives that simplify and chalk out lines of actions or values that are sorry contained in the key symbols that in turn are interconnected with worldview. Key symbols are connected with worldview and values. For example, worldview means anything occurred in the total universe or world, like Ramayana, that is that is analyzed or described in the total universe or in the Hindu society. Then next is functional study of rituals. Functional study of rituals are described in the book Elementary Forms of Religious Life in 1912 by Durkheim. Durkheim saw the functional analysis in the way of evolution. Functional analysis is based on evolution. When evolution is occurred and society is changed, then functional view is also changed. Durkheim also showed that the totemic rituals established within the participant participants a sense of oneness with the sacred totemic ancestor. Totemic ancestor means when the ancestor is associated with an object or any that may be animate or inanimate object. Animate means suppose we call ancestors are associated with some objects means our ancestor or ଆମର ପୂର୍ବପୁରୁଷ is associated with some gotra or clan. Clan members are formed from the objects, that is nagasya means naga, snake, and kasyapa means kachyapa, which is determined from the koincha, the turtle koincha. So that may be animate or means associated with natural objects. Sun means Surya, Chandra, or lake, pond. Our ancestor is related to some objects that is called totemic ancestor or sacred totemic ancestor. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମର ପୂର୍ବପୁରୁଷ କେତେ ଅବଜେକ୍ଟ ସହିତ ରିଲେଟେଡ୍ ହୋଇଥାନ୍ତି ତାକୁ କୁହାଯାଏ ଟୋଟେମିକ୍ ଆncestor. ଟୋଟେମ୍ ମିନ୍ସ ଅବଜେକ୍ଟ, ଯେକୌଣସି ଅବଜେକ୍ଟ ସହିତ ancestor ରିଲେଟେଡ୍. Then Durkheim was led to the comment that God is nothing but society writ large. Durkheim comment କରିଛନ୍ତି society ହେଲା ବହୁତ large but God is nothing. God କୋଉଠି ନାହାନ୍ତି. He also showed how the totemic rituals led to a harmonious relationship between humans and nature. Totemic ritual only creates a relationship between human and nature. କେବଳ ହ୍ୟୁମାନ ଆଉ ନେଚର ଭିତରେ ରିଲେସନସିପଟା କ୍ରିଏଟ୍ କରିଥାଏ ritual, totemic rituals by the beliefness of God. Then Radcliffe Brown followed Durkheim to give a structural functional analysis. Radcliffe Brownଙ୍କ ଭ୍ୟୁରେ structural functional analysis is based on that the emphasis is given to the important aspects like food, relationships, events in the day to day life. Radcliffe Brown also used the term social solidarity. Social solidarity means the stage of harmony, means the solidarity things or superficial or supernatural things are emphasized, that is in terms of ritual values. Then Malinowski analyzed the rituals. All human beings have certain amount of rational knowledge. Rational knowledge means reality or realitical knowledge that is required for the society, and certain degree of uncertainty things, that is called the importance of ritual values. Then in the book Coral Gardens and Their Magic, Malinowski describes or how the rituals performed by the magician help to regulate agricultural work. Also, Malinowski also describes the agriculturist performed some rituals at the time of work or at the time of agriculture. କୃଷି କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କରିବାକୁ ଗଲାବେଳେ ଏଗ୍ରିକଲଚରାଲିଷ୍ଟ ମାନେ କିଛିଟା ରିଚୁଆଲ କରନ୍ତି, ପୂଜା କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କରନ୍ତି, that is called ritual. Then rituals of liminality. The concept of liminality in rituals was introduced by Van Gennep in 1909 and elaborated by Victor Turner and Edmund Leach. A liminal period is a beauty kiss and between period where normal life and time stands still or it reversed. Means normal lifetime, any ritual performed in normal life or time stands, that is called liminality. According to Van Gennep, analyze the role of life cycle rituals for individuals and for society. Rituals such as birth, puberty, marriage, death, they are the rituals in the society. Four stages in the society for rituals, where a person makes a transition from one status to another, beginning from birth when one enters society as an individual has pre-existing relationship like with one's parents. When one born in one family, that is called birth. Then puberty. Puberty means when child changes the status mm, of many others from being husband and wives, a couple become parents. That is called that is called marriage. And then before marriage, one a child enters into the puberty, means bodily changes and he matured, he or she matured. That is puberty. Then After marriage, a life is establishes, a family creates by the ritual status of sacredness and some taboos. Taboos means prohibition of relationships. Relationships are prohibited or forbidden, not seen in the society. Not it is normal. That is called taboos. Some taboos are formed at the time of rituals and after marriage, then it become grows towards the increasation of age, then people goes towards death. So there are four stages in the life associated with rituals, that is called liminality. Then rituals as protest and change. Then rituals are protest, which is analyzed by Jean Kumar Komarov in 1985. He worked among the Tis, Tissi, Tisti in South Africa, Tisti tribe in South Africa, which is the classical example of the rituals, protest and change. By the 20th century, under the impact of colonial rule and the influx of capitalism, collective rituals themselves became arenas of contestation of the real and the valued. Protest and change means which is based on the real and the valued and was an effort to transform the world, which is transmitted to the world. Thus, the church in Africa combined biblical symbolism with African nationalism. The Zionism that was constituted means rituals are changed from time to time. How from the how after the impact of scientific worldview or scientific impact on the worldview, rituals are changed. Then in the third world, Christianity is impacted upon the colonizers and the orthodox nature of Christianity also have a greater impact on the um, colonialism and the local people. So rituals are changed. Suppose example Hindu rituals are changed towards the Christianity people and Christians are Christians are followed Christianity impact or Christianism followed by the Hindu people. Then rituals as communication. Roy Rappaport is one of the foremost thinker who gave the idea about ritual as a communication. He identifies both form and structure in ritual and is of the opinion that the ritual form is a distinctive and unique model of expression. The unique model is ritual emerges as the most important as the meaning communicated through performance cannot be conveyed by any other means. Ritual performance in the society is communicated. Who are present at a ritual are all participants. Moreover, Ritual is not really efficacious, only assumed to be so. For example, a rain making ritual does not actually produce rain. Rituals are often taken by the performers to be means by producing a result. a, People believe that a ritual mm, may creates the rain for agriculture. So they perform a ritual and worship the god. But it cannot create rain, and it is based on the beliefness and based on supernatural power. Then the nature of rituals. While ritual is usually seen as action of thought, ritual in its communicative or functional dimensions, it is transmitted some values, norms, and principles. That is the example that Ram Lila. Ram Lila is the ritual of Ramayana, ritual of Ramayana, which is practiced among the peoples and transmit the values of Vedas, Upanishads, and um, old epics, various epics transmit the values such as nationalism or the power of king, special integrity, social hierarchies. These are seen in the Ramalila for presenting the symbols of Ramayans. Then Victor Turner shown how rituals may provide a creative space for the creation of an anti-establishment or anti-structural space that communicates a criticism. In this time, rituals are changing by the anti-establishment and anti-structural places, and anti-social activities are seen. Ritual may act either way, both to functionally establish values and to create a situation by which the tensions of oppressions are released. According to Gertz, ritual is also a point of entry for the observer. While the participants perform, those observing them think. The role of the theorist also becomes a clear, creates a meaning system of own construction. Then there are three levels of classification of rituals. Ritual as a separation of activity and thought, ritual as a fusion of thought and activity, and one where the dichotomy between a thinking theorist and an acting actor is simultaneously affirmed and resolved. Bell makes three levels of classification of rituals. First is ritual as a separation of activity and thought. And then the distinction between activity and thought. When we thought anything and we express, that is in activity, that is called ritual. Then overally, ritual and in day-to-day activity, ritual is changed in the birthday party when someone brings a cake and candles in the symbols of happy birthday. That is socially acquired knowledge or changing of the ideas or passes the ideas from one particular to another. Then, summatically, rituals may appear to the meaningless in a rational framework, but rituals may use to understand the structures of society or they may challenge them. They in forms of appear in the forms of understanding the deeply values of society. Deeply values of society. Soumya sir, you have late. You are so late.
Oh, madam, really, I am at outside in some official work.
Okay, okay, okay.
I am outside the headquarters, so I could not attend to your class. Sorry, sir. Sorry, madam.
Okay, okay. Then mm, this is the summary of rituals and symbolism. The important questions of symbolism are: what are the rituals and symbols in social life? Then 10 marks questions. What are the rituals of liminality and rituals as communication?
Madam,
And
nobody is there today also.
excuse me,
Man, I don't find anybody else. Nobody has attended today.
ଏବେ ସବୁ ବୋଧେ ଲେଫ୍ଟ ହେଇଯାଇଛନ୍ତି। ଏବେ ସରିଲା ତ ସରିବ ରିଚୁଆଲ୍ସ ଆଣ୍ଡ ସିମ୍ବଲିଜିମ୍ ସରିଲା। ଆଉ ରିଲିଜିଅନ ର ଥାର୍ଡ ୟୁନିଟ ଟା ଅଛି, ସେଇଟା ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସ ରେ ଥାର୍ଡ ୟୁନିଟ ରହିଗଲା, କାରଣ ଆଉ ଦୁଇଟା କ୍ଲାସ ଅଛି। ତାପରେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ବ୍ଲକ ର ଅଧା ଆଉ ରିଲିଜିୟସ ସ୍ପେଶିଆଲିଷ୍ଟ ଏଇଟା ତୁମର
ଆପଣ
କ୍ଲାସ
କାଲି କ୍ଲାସ୍ ନେବେ, କାଲି କ୍ଲାସ୍ ନେବେ ତ?
କାଲି। ହଁ ହଁ କ୍ଲାସ ନେବି।
ଠିକ ଅଛି ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ। ଆଜି ମୁଁ ତ ଆଟେଣ୍ଡ କରିପାରିଲିନି। ରିଅଲି ଆପଣଙ୍କ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଗୁଡ଼ା ଟିକେ ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟିଂ ଲାଗେ। ଆଉ କଣ କରିବା, ମୁଁ ଏମିତି ଗୋଟେ ଅଫିସିଆଲ କାମରେ ବାହାରକୁ ପଳେଇ
ନା
ଆସିଛି।
ହଉ ଠିକ ଅଛି, ଠିକ ଅଛି,
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ।
ତିରିଶ ଷାଠିଏ, 30, ଷାଠିଏ, 40, 80, 100 right. Right. So, ନା ସେଇଥିରେ ହେଇଯାଉଛି। ଟିକେଟ ମିଳିବ ନାହିଁ। ଟିକେଟ ଯଦି ନ ମିଳିବ ଟିକେଟ ମିଳିବ ନାହିଁ।